So in the earlier 9 verses, so 24 to 31 and then 32, the common attribute. So totally 9 verses from 24 to 32, Param Krupadev explained in detail, and so even I had to explain in detail, because he has kept all the 4 virtues in one verse. But I have to open up all the verses. So I need 10 minutes at least for 10, 15 minutes for one virtue. So if I've overshooted, not my fault. Thus, in the earlier 9 verses, Bhagavan explained in detail the attributes of the unfortunate one, the unworthy, anadhikari, the unfortunate, durbhagi, all these words, out of compassion. One who has gone astray from the true path. Now what in this verse? Now concluding the subject, not concluding the Shastra, that's in 142, rather 141, 142. Concluding this section, this subject of, in this verse, he shows the purpose behind describing the attributes of the Matarthi. Why did I show? And in so much detail. Dev matesu, Guru matesu, Shastra matesu, Kapada matesu, different aspects. Why did I go and explain the whole thing in so much in detail? He will tell you about his purpose. And not only that, and pledges to explain the attributes of an Atmarthi. Pledge આપને લેવાની હોય કે ભગવાને લેવાની હોય? વચન આપને આપવાનું હોય કે વચન લેવાનું હોય? વચન આપને આપવાનું હોય કે now I stay committed, whatever. But here he pledges. Now I will be showing that way. So let's sing.
Darshan karya matarthina, matarth java kaj. Have kahu atmarthina, atma arth sukh saj.
So you already understood, right? So first line, Lakshan Kaya, showed the characteristics. Kona? Matarthi. So Lakshan Kaya showed the characteristics, Matarthina, of a bigot, of a religious bigot. Why? Why? No, you have to read the verse. Matarth Java Kaj. So that you can identify and remove. Kaj, your purpose. Kaj means purpose. My sole purpose, purely my purpose is this, that you identify and remove. Matarth Java, mate I have said this, Kaj. Next line. Have kahun, now I will be describing or explaining or stating what? Atmarthina. Lakshan of an Atmarthi. Lakshan he said in the first line. Lakshan of Atmarthi I have shown, Matarthi, and Lakshan of Atmarthi I will be showing. The characteristics of a true seeker. I will not show you what activities he is doing or he should do. That I won't. I will be showing you the inner characteristics of a true seeker. So I will not be telling you how many upas you have to do in a year to become a true seeker. I will not be telling you all that. The state of your virtues I will be telling you. Why purpose? Atma Arth, for the purpose of spiritual welfare, you can say. Atma Kalyan. Sukha Saj, attainment of the bliss of the soul. Sukha Saj. Saju, dress up. Manifest. Sukh Saj. So for the bliss of the soul, I will be showing you the attributes of a true seeker, which he has named as Atmarthi, and the purpose and the pledge. First line is the purpose of showing Matarthi. Second line is pledging that he'll be showing Atmarthi. So the short meaning, the characteristics of a bigot have been stated for the purpose of identifying and removing. bigotry. Because he has to only remove the bigotry, not the activity. Activity was good. Otherwise, what would it mean that you have to stop all this vrata, dev, guru, dharma, everything? No, only the bigotry manner has to be stopped. So clear. Now I will state the characteristics of a true seeker of the soul, whose sole purpose, whose means, Atmarti's sole purpose is inner bliss, not Bhagwan's sole purpose. Bhagwan is showing the attributes of a Atmarti because Atmarti's sole purpose is to attain self-realization and the bliss of the soul. So I'll be showing that. So nothing, I can finish it very fast. My first question is, why did Param Kuparudev describe or narrate a Matarthi and the characteristics of a Matarthi so much in detail? Why? This Granth is called Atma Siddhi. So at least if you want to know who wants to do Atma Siddhi, you have to explain the characteristics of an Atmarthi. You have to. Because who is going to attain Atma? So that was enough. Now why this Matarthi? From where did this Matarthi come? You need to know this is the traits of Atmarthi, and if he does this thing, and then he will experience the self. That's it. Why did he explain the characteristics of this fool? The last Gasaila word I am saying now. Now my language will become very, very respectful, sweet, compassionate when I start Atmarthi Lakshana. But why did he explain the characteristics of this fool? This Matarthi, why? This you need to write down. You all know it, but you need to write down. There is no greater saint than a reformed sinner. There is no greater saint than a reformed. So, every saint has every sinner has we have heard this before, right? Every saint has a past. He was once a sinner. He met a Sadguru. He changed. He became the greatest saint of his time. So, there is no greater saint who was always very, very saintly. He was a sinner, but now is a reformed sinner. And he becomes a great saint. So this is very clear, and it has to be very clear in us also. It was very, 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 very clear in Prabhu's heart. So what if he's a bigot right now? If he showed very, very clearly, if he identifies, if he works hard and eliminates or removes it, he can be a true saint, a great saint. So very clear about Bhagwan's purpose. Very clear. He knows. See, once that sinner in the sense of this bigot, I'm saying it's a bigot. Say his bigotry is on a low level right now. If it is on the high level, he will not even listen to anyone. But thoda low level. And Satpurush Yoga. And something just clicks within. Something clicks within. He starts understanding what he wants to actually say. He can now mark out the whole territory. Okay, this is exactly not spirituality, and this is spirituality. Territory banaus. You understand? We had seen in Africa, right? Hippopotamus, Park, Porcicus, they have their own territory. Hippos are pure vegetarians. You understand, no? Pure vegetarians can also be fat. So Hathi is pure vegetarian. Hippos are pure vegetarian. But they mark their territory. And if anybody enters, not touches it, enter in that territory, I think we were told they can kill giraffes and uh, crocodiles, they can snap it, right? We were told that mota creatures na hippo can finish them off. Here, there's nothing, no similarity with a hippo. What I want to say is, he knows the territory which should be avoided out of his personal, intimate experience. Not reading a book. Not after reading a book. He has understood that with not having saralta, I'm ruining my spirituality. With not having madhyastata, I'm becoming very, very obstinate. And ahankari also, of course, egoistic also. With not this internal detachment, my mind is already always wandering and desiring nonsense, and people respect me. So I'm fed up of this double life. So he marks this territory to be avoided out of his personal experience, maybe introspection or anything. He has introspected and realized. Are you seeing the beauty of the whole process? So now he knows what should be avoided, right? At least that is clear in him. I'm not saying it's so easy, but at least this clarity is there. And if he can avoid all these pitfalls, he does not need to hunt for self-realization. It'll come to him. If he can avoid all these pitfalls. Very clear? By knowing, actually he should know the danger of these pitfalls. If I don't keep my kashai shant, and if I don't do this, if I do this, if I don't do this, then it's going to be really very dangerous for my spirituality, adhyatmikta, or adhyatmic progress, spiritual progress. So he should understand the danger and then locate his mistake. Locate. This mistake is not in my belief, but it is there in my feelings. See, try to understand what I'm saying. Now, with all time, I can go a little bit in detail. One is locating a mistake in your belief. One is locating a mistake in your feelings. One is locating a mistake in your speaking. You spoke somewhere, but you actually didn't mean it. It was a mistake in your words, choosing the words. See, I say, Sachi, you're looking fat. No, fat you can never use for a girl, right? I learned this in Manchester from a Canadian, right? 2004. Okay, maximum you can say to a lady is, you look healthy. This is the last, but then the dangerous territory starts. Right? So once I can locate, okay, this was not meant to, offend that person, but this word shouldn't be used. So I have located by mistake, but my mistake is not in my belief or feelings. It's only in my word, speaking. So mistake in your behavior, four things. Mistake in your behavior, mistake in your speaking, mistake in your feelings, mistake in your belief. Isn't it beautiful? Some things you are very, very clear, okay, this is the mistake in my belief only. This I am understanding right now also, that this desire for food is not good, it's not right. It only shows that the grip over myself has weakened. But still you just can't stop those feelings. So you have located your mistake in the feelings, not in the belief. Because your belief is clear. So with more and more of satsangs, you will start understanding and locating. And once you can locate, baji tamara hathma chhe. You're going to win now. You know exactly if this part of your jaw is paining. And if someone just wants to tap you also, what would you do? No, you'll just give this jaw. But not this one, because you know you have located pain here, you are going to save it. You will not let it damage more. Once you can locate your mistakes, then it's no danger. You will save yourself. I am telling you, you don't need any margdarshan, you will only save yourself. Did anybody advise you कि आम राख ने आम राख? Instinctively, you saved yourself. અને એમના કે હેન્ડમાં પેઇન છે, આમમાં કે કશે છે. Some bone is paining. So he knows, he has located that pain. So he knows how to save it. Once you locate and you will, all your efforts consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, you will save yourself. Experienced, I'm saying this. Experience. The problem was still you could not locate your mistakes. You didn't locate your mistake, and that was the cause of this transmigration since time immemorial. So, once you can locate, you start eliminating it, your mind becomes more and more pure, focused, receptive. It becomes more and more receptive to Guru's samagam. I didn't use the word satsang also. I said samagam. Not only his teachings, his darshan also high impact. Him being around you also high impact. Not only absorbing his teachings and preachings. It's quite childish to say that. After some level, it is really very childish to absorb his teachings. What he doesn't speak and you absorb. You absorb it. Rather, you will request now, you don't need to take any shram of speaking. Just be with us. Or just be with me in my mind. And that's it. That's also enough. Right? So, let's finish it now. So, always we have been seeing false in. False, so see all these matarthi, how many you could locate, right? Around you. Around you could locate. Pela bhai છે ને, Pela bhai, he is a Shushka Gnani matarthi. Any thought of this came? See, I don't know which bhai is. Pela બેન છે ને, એ ક્રિયાજડ મતાર્થી. વર્ધમાન તપની ઓલી જ કર્યા કરે, આખો દિવસ પૂછે તો આજે આંબિલ છે, આજે એકાસ્તું છે, આજે આમ. So that's wrong. No, who are you to find faults? This was to find faults in you. So there was one kaka, and there is no translation of a kaka. You can't say uncle. Kaka is a beautiful Gujarati word. Now, please don't tell me to translate. You understand kaka? So there was one kaka who comes to a doctor and says, my wife is getting deaf. Deaf. You heard it? Okay. So, she's getting deaf day by day, and I think she needs hearing aids. So the doctor, JB, શું કહેવાય ડોક્ટરને શું કહેવાય? I don't know. ENT, right? Huh? Audiologist. ચાલો. તો એ કીધું કે but I need to know the exact distance. કેટલા distance પછી નથી સંભળાતું. So I cannot just give you a pair of hearing aids. I need to know till what a distance she can hear, not hear, etc. તો કે okay, આજે હું check કરીને કહીશ. He comes the next day and said, I've checked. So what happened? So he said, I shouted from the door of my house, આજે શું બનાવ્યું છે? You know, I shouted. એટલે આજે શું? Shak is the only thing, but dal bhat you can't say. Aaj dal bhat, salad, papad. What is common you should not say. What is the uncommon thing you should start with this. Many times I have asked Maulik ji, what is there for food today? તો કે દાળ છે, ભાત, મેં કીધું ડબ્બા એ તો હોય જ. શાક, ફરસાણ ને મિષ્ટાન આ ત્રણમાં જ બોલવાનું હોય. You can't start with દાળ ભાત ને બધું. એ તો ન હોય તો પૂછશું અમે કેમ નથી. So now he speaks properly. He speaks the. So the kaki is laughing. So the kaka asked the kaki. So the kaka asked the kaki, Ajay, from where? Darwaja. No answer. Then he goes to the entrance of the kitchen and asks the same question. No answer. થોડા અંદર જાય છે. No answer. Just behind the kaki. In the kitchen, kaki was in the kitchen. Just behind the kaki is standing and he heard, રીંગણાનું શાક. કેટલી વાર કહું, ચોથી વાર કીધું. I am telling this for the fourth time, meaning, oh, you understood? Good. Who was deaf? This is happening with us. We feel others are wrong, but actually the wrong thing is in with us. Clear? So, Bhagwan is saying, no, I didn't show you in detail so you can identify others. It was to identify, and atla detail ma kidhu ke if you are really caught in your bigotry, if I tell you you shouldn't be a bigot, you might not understand. If I tell you don't be sectarian, you might not understand. But if I explain you in detail, you will realize, oh, this is the way I had fasted. If I tell you don't fast with the wrong purpose, you wouldn't have understood. But when I said, you are not even aware of your tendencies, and you are not even aware of your objective, and you are enjoying the pride and importance and attention given to you, you at once related yourself to it. So Prabhu says, I am explaining it in detail, so if you are not stuck into that bigotry, and if you are little open to accept it or absorb what I am saying, you will start identifying your territory. You will start understanding and removing. Simple word. Why do I need a hard word for eliminating? Just removing. Simple word can explain it better. Remove it. Because you find it harmful and painful. This is the trick of his compassion. He doesn't only explain, he makes it so painful. Okay, now the next time lust or ego crops in us, or anger or any such stuff, you can actually experience pain. You don't only understand, you can experience pain. You know the difference. એક મને ખબર પડે કે આ ક્રોધ છે અને એક I'm not liking it. I'm not liking being in this state. So this is Bhagavan's compassion. This you will get only from Agnan. Nowhere else. So the description of the sectarian or the bigot ends here. 33rd verse, first line. Lakshan kaya matarthana. Now I'm not be saying anything more regarding matarthi and matartha javakad. So this was my purpose. Sorry if you have felt bad or you got offended, but it was not to put you down. It was to show you your drawbacks so you can avoid them and come to on the right path. I have spoken impartially only out of compassion. That was the pledge he had taken there. And in verse 23, okay, I'll be nirpaksh, I'll be speaking impartially. Not because I'm a Svetambar or a Digambar or because of age or gnati or nothing, caste, creed, color, nothing. Impartially I will be explaining, and that he did. We felt all the traits are in us, and by his krupa all will go. Both feelings we had. So, see, the best word today you learnt is locate. I think that's the best thing. Once you locate, your whole being will try to save it yourself. So actually a Sadguru feels his job is over once you could locate your mistake. He says, I don't need to do krupa. I don't even need to do krupa. Now your whole being is going to save yourself. Right or wrong? So just enjoy this word locate today, whole day. So So Bhagavan says, my sole purpose was not to put you down or offend you, it was only to uplift you. This is the second best word you learned today. Everything of a Gnani is just to uplift us. He's screaming and he's speaking, and he's not speaking, and he's caring and loving and sharing. Everything is not out of his attachment or aversion, it is only to uplift us. So if you are not in the bitter spell of bigotry, you will surely try to reflect on what you have heard. If you are in that spell, you see many people don't even want to listen to what you say, because they are in the deep spell of bigotry. Sampradayikta. But if you're not in that spell, and if you're little open to a Sadguru, and if you listen to all these 9 verses we went through, then you can recognize, because the characteristics shown are so vivid, so clear, you want to run away from it, but you get trapped. Saying કે માન ગમતું હતું, 28 પછી જે માન મૈલું તે ગમતું હતું? Not exactly, but now it was a ritual of Parna. So I had to wear good clothes and I had to. Are you sure? Your objective was not on the 5th Upas, you wanted to do Parna, but you dragged for 3 more. So what was your objective that time? Okay, then people should not consider me with a weak willpower. And if I do 8, they will say, Jo, ketlo nano che, but ketli saras tapas. So that was what? Objective of man? You have to put your hands on your ears. Right or wrong? Because the description is so vivid, so clear. He actually, I don't know, his compassion traps us. I don't know what I'm saying is right or wrong, I don't know. But he has portrayed it so beautifully, I can say it is a lighthouse to save us from getting swept into sectarianism, to develop a spiritual approach. So in the last line he's saying, Have kahu atmarthina. So it seems you are eager now to understand then what are the characteristics of a true seeker, atmarthi as he says. So Prabhu says, if one avoids this sectarian approach, what can be spiritual? But what are the exact characteristics of a true seeker, of an atmarthi? I'll be showing you now in 9 verses. One less than a matarthi. One less. That was 10 verses, and now I'll be stating this in 9 verses from verse 34 to 42, and then jump directly into the subject matter or the main purpose of this Shastra. So, Param Krupadev pledges that he will be describing the characteristics of a Atmarthi from verse 34 to 42, which he says he'll start tomorrow. The first verse of the Atmarthi Lakshano, verse 34, and the purpose is to draw the attention of an aspirant, of a seeker, towards Atma and the bliss. Here it's written Atma Artha Sukha Saj, and draw his attention to the true bliss which is inherent in you but not yet manifested. Apragat છે એને પ્રગટ કરવાનું છે. So how do you resort to it, and how do you attain everlasting bliss? That will be shown in Atmarthina Lakshana. So let's sing.
લક્ષણ કહ્યા મતાર્થીના મતાર્થ જાવા કાજ હવે કહું આત્માર્થીના આત્મ અર્થ સુખ સાજ.